Good Monday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Monday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today, in an entertainment spotlight, you being part of my conversation with director Thomas Keith, talking about his new film, Bullied. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In national news, Pelosi pledges swift work on major infrastructure package. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on Sunday pledged swift work by Congress on a job and infrastructure package that will be fiscally sound, but said she isn't sure whether the next major item on President Joe Biden's agenda will attract Republican backing. Fresh off a major legislative victory on the $1.9 trillion virus relief package that passed on nearly party lines last week, Democrats face long and tough battles ahead in winning GOP endorsement of the administration's plans. Road and bridge building legislation has a long history of support from both parties as lawmakers aim to deliver on projects back home. But Republicans disagree with Biden's focus on the environment and the possibility of financing any program with debt after the government borrowed heavily to address the economic fallout from the coronavirus pandemic. Building roads and bridges and water supply systems and the rest has always been bipartisan, except when they oppose it with a Democratic president, as they did under President Obama, and we had to shrink the package, said Pelosi on Sunday. But nonetheless, hopefully, we will have bipartisanship, she said. Pelosi has directed key Democratic lawmakers to begin working with Republicans on a big, bold, and transformative infrastructure package. During the presidential campaign, Biden laid the groundwork by proposing $2 trillion in accelerated investments to shift to cleaner energy, build 500,000 charging stations for electric vehicles, support public transit, and repair roads and bridges. The plan emphasizes the importance of creating unionized jobs and addressing climate change. The White House originally planned to come out with a plan in February, but more recently hasn't committed to a timeline. A rollout is likely to slide into April as the administration embarks on a nationwide push over the coming weeks to sell Americans on the benefits of the COVID-19 relief bill. In more national news, Dr. Fauci says Trump should urge his followers to get vaccinated. Dr. Anthony Fauci said Sunday he wishes former President Donald Trump would use his popularity among Republicans to persuade more of his followers to get the COVID-19 vaccine. In a round of interviews on the morning news shows, the government's top infectious disease expert lamented polling showing that Trump supporters are more likely to refuse to get vaccinated, saying politics needs to be separated from common sense, no-brainer public health measures. Fauci said it would be a game changer for the country's vaccine efforts if the former president used his incredible influence among Republicans. If he came out and said, go and get vaccinated, it's really important for your health, the health of your family, and the health of the country, it seems absolutely inevitable that the vast majority of people who are his close followers would listen to him, Fauci told Fox News Sunday. There was no immediate comment from the former president's office. Trump has urged people to get vaccinated, doing so again 2 weeks ago at a conservative political gathering in Florida. But he hasn't been among former presidents and other public officials who have been vaccinated on camera to encourage others to get the shot. It was revealed only recently that he was vaccinated in private at the White House before leaving office in January. In more national news, Democrats bank on relief aid to win back weary working class. When Joe Biden visited this corner of southwestern Pennsylvania in the final weeks before the election, his goal wasn't to win it so much as to show the area's overwhelmingly white working class that his party was at least willing to try. A whole lot of white working-class Democrats thought we forgot them, Biden said after touring a union training facility during a late September swing through Westmoreland County. I get their sense of being left behind, he said. Now Biden and his party are hoping that by muscling through passage of the $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief and economic stimulus bill, with benefits heavily weighted toward lower and middle-income Americans, they can win back at least a larger share of working-class voters. And finally, in entertainment news, J-Rod continues. Lopez and Rodriguez say they're still together. J-Lo and A-Rod are still J-Rod. Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez said Saturday the reports of their split are inaccurate and they are working things through. A day earlier, multiple reports based on anonymous sources said the pop star actor and the former baseball great had called off their 2-year engagement. The couple started dating in early 2017. All the reports are inaccurate, said a joint statement on Saturday from Jennifer and Alex, emailed to the Associated Press by their representatives. We are working through some things. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Explore fresh ways of observing your world. You may want to begin by finding ways to grow spiritually, or you may want to take chances and seize opportunities for fun. Either way, with a strong sense of confidence and security in your abilities, you can feel both motivated and assertive. You become willing to expand your horizons. Your basic needs are taken care of, so it becomes easier to contemplate integrating other desires into your life. Your world can grow because you have created a good foundation and it is solid. If you do not have this good foundation yet, begin rebuilding your foundation. Guidance from others that you see as successful. There are always successful people willing to mentor to others. You may have to ask more than once. Just be polite and understand that all successful people are very busy. Today, be ready to branch out into unfamiliar territory as new challenges and opportunities emerge. And enjoy your day.
Thomas Keith is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight right here on Conversations Daily News. On Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Entertainment Spotlight. Director Thomas Keith joined me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about his brand new film, Bullied, and the importance of the message. Here's a bit of our conversation.
First of all, I know this has been a long journey for you, but how does it feel now to be able to reach a larger audience with the message of the film?
You know, that's the goal of making any documentary film. You want that message to get out there so that people can use it, so they can think about it, and particularly those who might have kids that might be able to make changes, whether at the educational level or on the personal level. So, yeah, it's wonderful.
Have you always known that filmmaking was the vehicle that you wanted to be able to speak to the world in, Thomas? The documentary is so well done, and we'll get more into the layers of it, but have you always known that telling stories that way was something you wanted to do?
Not at all. I'm a university professor here in California, and like many professors, I was doing what we do, which is submit articles and books to our students and having class discussions. But the more I started thinking about being able to communicate with young people, the more it became clear that films and mass media is sort of their vehicle that they use to talk about ideas. And so it started to make sense to me to explore how can I make films to expand the audience so that we can start having national and even international conversations. And it has been a wonderful vehicle. This is my 4th film. And very blessed to have them do well to this point and open these conversations that might not have otherwise opened up.
Did you know going in that there was such a correlation between one and the other, that when you looked at those who either had attempted suicide or committed suicide, the connection to bullying?
You know, I didn't know as much as I learned through the process of making this film. I suspected that self-harm was certainly connected to bullying, and I was bullied as a kid and remember very vividly what that was like.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.